Hey everyone, Shabim here and welcome to a video showcasing some of the best young high potential players you can buy for your League 2 career mode. If you're starting in League 2 and going all the way to the top, these are definitely some players you want to try and pick up. Now I do have a list of 20 players, a bit shorter than I did last year. However, all these players do have a minimum of an 82 potential, so if you can get them, they should last you the entirety of your career all the way to the Premiership. Just a couple of things to cover before we start. There is a dynamic potential this year in the game, so some of these potentials might change as things go on, but the more you play them and the better form they're in, the better they will become. And also, every career mode is slightly different, so some of the players on this list might not be available for you, and vice versa. You might have some players that are not available for me as well. If you do spot anyone I've missed, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. So first of all, we're going to start off, we're going to do this in position order, so if you are looking for a specific position, if you are looking for a specific position, a bit of a tongue twister there, then you can skip through the video. But we're going to start things off with goalkeepers. There's two goalkeepers available on this list. First of all, we have got Martin van der Voort. 63 current ability, he has a potential of 83. So, a little bit better. He is not available for sale, but you can get him via his release fee if you've got the 1.35 million to fork out for him. It seems like a lot, and compared to Fruktal below, it probably isn't the best option, but if you do have a financial takeover and you do have the money and you do want a goalkeeper that's going to reach 83 potential, this could be an option, but I would suggest probably going for Christian Fruktal. He is 65 current ability and 82 potential, available for between 870 and 1.4 million. A player that's going to go straight into your first team squad. 65 is a good level for League 2, and a player who's going to progress very quickly, and again a player who you will have at least until you hit the Premiership in your career mode, and maybe even longer if his dynamic potential gets even better. Next then, let's go into the centre backs. First of all, we have got Marvin Stishibaubau, I don't know. Pronounce that however you wish. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comment section down below. Again, maybe not the best option. He's got a current ability of 62, a potential of 82. I think probably there's better options around, but he is an option again if you've got financial takeover or the money. It's an option you could go for. Either way, stick him on your list, and you never know. Might be available in January, might be available at the end of the first season. The players I would probably suggest going for, though, first of all, is Nathan Wood. Can play centre-back and right-back. 360 to 610k, so a nice, cheap deal. 61 current ability, a potential of 82. Definitely a much cheaper option than the guy above him. And he's only one stat point lower, so I'd definitely say Nathan Wood would be a bargain player to get a hold of. Alongside him, I would suggest maybe going for Dennis Popoff. 1.3 to 1.8 million is a lot of money, however, you may get lucky, you may be able to utilise some player trades and so forth to be able to afford him. 65 current ability, potential of 82, so again a player you're going to be able to utilise for a long time in this career mode, and someone who I would like to get a hold of, but that's just that value. 1.3 to 1.8 might be a bit tricky for most, but again, if you've got financial takeover, this is probably one of the first names on your list. Now looking down at left backs, we have got Joshua Vajnaman, a player we played quite a lot in our previous career mode. He is available for between 1.1 to 1.4 million. 925k value on him. Current ability of 65 and a potential of 84, so a fantastic player to get a hold of. Again, you might need to utilise your player swaps, or if you do have a lot of money, it's possible to go for him that way as well. This is a really good player, I think. A player who, like I said, I used on previous career modes, can play left back and right back and left midfield. Very useful to have on the bench if you're looking for a backup player. But a player who should last you a long time in this career mode as well. Next up, we have got Andres Pereira, our first centre mid / CDM. Again, 810 to 1.2 million. Again, a player you might be able to utilise some player trades for. A very good player. Current 63, a potential of 83, so should be a very good option for you, a real linchpin right at the middle of your midfield. Stat-wise, he's not exactly outstanding at this point in time. He's got some decent pace, though. But he will progress pretty nicely for you, I'm sure. 6'1", so a nice strong player and some good work rates as well. Next into midfield, staying with the Colombians, we've got Dider Caicedo, 980 to 1.45 million. Current ability of 64, potential ability of 84. I think, if I remember correctly, he's absolutely packed full of pace. Yeah, 81 pace, 85 agility, 89 balance, 77 sprint speed, which is very, very good for League 2. He's going to be absolutely dominant for you. And a player, again, who I would love to get a hold of. 84 potential is fantastic. He's going to last you to the Premiership. Definitely a fantastic option. Another option at right midfield, though, is Marquinhos Cipriano. A player I've not seen before on this list before. From Shakhtar Donetsk, he's worth 1.25 to 1.8 million. Right midfield, 65 current ability with potential of 83. I would say Caicedo is probably the better option, a bit more value for money. But again, definitely an option if you can't get a hold of Caicedo. As what's he like stat-wise? He does have a trait as well. Again, pretty good on the pace. And he's got a trait of speed dribbler if controlled by the AI. So definitely an option. A player, again, who we utilised last year is Andres Amaya. 62 current ability, 82 potential. Definitely the cheaper option out of the three right mids. 570 to 780k. Colombian, once again, can play right mid, can also play striker if you're looking for that. Again, a player with bags of pace for League 2, so you'd be laughing with him. Definitely a really good player. Like I said, I had him on last year's career mode, and he did us pretty well for a long time. One that we also had in last year's career mode as we move on to the centre midfielders. Someone I didn't really get on with too much, but PJ Tovey kept him and said he was absolutely sublime towards the end, and that is Harry Cochrane. 64 current ability and 84 potential ability. 930k to 1.1 million. Again, you can utilise your player trades if Hearts will allow. Wage-wise, should be pretty cheap as well. If he's anything like last year's game, he's got fantastic passing ability. Short pass 72 to start with. It does go up really, really quick. He's also got playmaker and technical dribbler as stats as well. A very useful player, can play anywhere across midfield, centre mid, CDM and cam as well. So definitely someone you should keep an eye out for. And if you do have the money, to go for as well. Another option is centre mid, a bit cheaper than is Marc Aguado from Zaragoza. He is 62 current rating with an 82 potential. 540 to 880k for him. Definitely looks like a pretty handy player, to be honest with you. Not going to set the world alight at this point in time, but a very good all-rounder. Maybe best suited a bit more defensive. I was say defensively. He's not great attacking, striking-wise, and he's not great defensive-wise. So definitely someone you probably have to work on in your training. But apart from that, he looks like a pretty good basic sort of creative midfielder. Definitely useful there. Next up, then we've got Luca Connell. I'll put him on this list just because he is available technically. 1.5 million for him on the release fee. Can play centre mid and left mid. He's got a current ability of 62, a potential of 82. Probably best to hold on to this guy, not buy him first window. Just keep an eye on him until January or maybe even the summer and see if he is a little bit cheaper then. But if you do a financial takeover and you're looking just to get the highest potential players possible, again, definitely a really good option. Next up, Hassan Yousef from Gothenburg. Nigerian centre mid and CDM, 64 current ability, 82 potential. 1 million to 1.5 million will get you his services, and again, you can utilise your player swaps if the game allows, like last year. Again, financial takeover, definitely a strong player you can get in the central midfield straight away, and someone who's going to last you through a good few seasons right the way into the Premiership. Probably a pretty solid player, got 76 athleticism. Look at that, wow. Got good pace, good aggression, great stamina. Definitely a great central defensive midfielder, actually. Next up, then we're going to go to Curtis Jones from Liverpool. Again, available for 1.4 million. You have to use his minimum release fee. 61 current ability, potential of 82. Not a player I'm going to go out to go and buy, but again, if you've got the financial takeover and you just want to get the highest potential player straight away, he's definitely a player you should pick up. But for those people playing just standard game-wise, you're probably looking at some of the cheaper options as a better one, I think, than Curtis Jones. One of those options here is Max Bird, 60 current with an 82 potential, 440k to 570k should secure you his services. Can also play left back as well, which is pretty useful, and centre mid, maybe going on the bench for the first couple of seasons until he catches up overall-wise, or if you are struggling at the lower end of League 2, definitely a player who could go into your first team and progress quickly along with some of the others. A nice cheaper option for you. Next, we move on to our only left midfielder on the list. We have got Johan Carbonaro. He is Colombian. Can play right mid as well as left mid. 65 current with a potential of 83. 900 to 1.3 million should get you his services. I'm assuming he's going to be pacey. They always are. Yep, 88 sprint speed, 89 agility, 80 acceleration, great balance and stamina as well. So should do you well running up and down that line. Not necessarily the greatest end product from him, but as you progress moving forward, should be pretty good. Speed dribbler, but does dive into tackles. Not seen that one before, so he might get himself in trouble here and there. He's got low aggression, but tends to dive into tackles, so could get himself in trouble. Next up, they move into the only attacking midfielder, and that is Michael Olise from Reading. A current ability of 61, a potential ability of 82. 520 to 690,000 pounds should secure you his services. Should be a really good option for you, actually. I like him. He's it looks like he's a cheap option with good potential. Again, has decent pace. Stamina is bad though, which I've found on last year's game really annoyed me. And strength is not very good as well. And strength's a big thing on this year's game. But for that sort of nippy little creative attacking midfielder, could be very, very useful for you. Next up, let's move into the strikers then. First of all, we have got Danilo Sikan from Shakhtar Donetsk. He is 63 current with an 83 potential. 830k to 1.1 million should secure you his services. Pretty solid sort of striker, 5'11". Got a little bit of pace to him. 75 acceleration, 73 sprint speed. Decent finishing of 69 as well. Sort of good all-round player. Nothing really sticks out massively, but should be a pretty solid player for you. And with that 83 potential, again, a player that should last you for a very long time in this career mode. And the final player we have on this list is the cheapest one, and that is Julianvamoose, a player that's been knocking around on these lists for many years now. 320 to 410k should secure you his services. 59 current ability, but he has a potential of 82. So, again, a player who definitely should be on your list if you've got a bit of money left towards the end of the window and you just want to get that extra player maybe to put on the bench or as a prospect for the future. Definitely one you should pick up. Great physical stats for a player 59 rated, but obviously because he's got those great stats, he suffers in other places. 64 finishing though, but yeah, there's a lot of other stats that do need working on. Maybe getting him into the training as soon as possible to help him catch up with the other players in the league would be a good option. So there we go. Those are some of the best potential players you can get a hold of in League 2 if you're starting a brand new career mode in FIFA 20. I think I'll do another one of these videos on the same sort of subject, but we'll do it as a more bargain-based one. We'll go through the best bargains you can get, players that will have a decent potential, but available quite cheaply. So if you're looking for that sort of thing, then keep an eye on the channel as well. And I've also gone through like the best clubs to use on career modes and stuff like that as well. So if you're enjoying these sort of videos, please let me know by hitting the like and of course subscribing down below. And of course, like I said earlier on, if you found any players that are available that I've missed off this list, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. We can all sort of help each other out. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon for another video on FIFA 20. Bye.